the if-else decision structure. So if-else statement is actually referring to statement that can use to make decision based on the value of the condition, okay, as a program running. Okay. So the statement checks to see whether condition is true or false. So we have two condition here, okay, either true or false. So what happens if the statement is true? So when the condition is true, the set of program instruction run, and then if the condition is false, so there will be another set. Okay, there will be another set of program instructions are run. So in Alice tree, if else control statement used to check condition and make decision. Okay, if we'll execute the true statement, if will execute the true statement, and then else will execute the false statement. So this is example of the simple if else decision structure. So we have condition here, and then if the condition is true, so what happens? So it will produce or run the statement or actions, and then if the condition is false, so it will do something else or another actions. First, we look at conditional expression, if else decision structure, conditional expressions. So the condition can be made up of relational operators and logical operators. So previously you learned about two type of operators, relational and logical. So meaning that for the conditions we can use these both operators. Okay? So when we are using these both operators, we'll make the condition expressions. So this conditional expression will produce the expression of Boolean, okay, either true or false. So the conditional expression required a condition to make a decision. So in conditional expression, we need the conditions. Okay, when we have the condition, so based on the condition, so we can make a decision. Okay. So this is the example of if-else decision structure. So if the cake width is less than 1.0, so this is actually the conditions. So we test this condition, so what happened? And then, okay, what if the condition is true? So this will be the action. So when the condition is true, so Bunny will move to the cake alone. Okay, Bunny 2 will move to the cake alone. This is what happened when the condition is true. Else. So else meaning that what happened if the condition is false. So this is the action. So Bunny 2 and Bunny 1 we move to the cake together. So we have two statement here, true and also false. So what happened when condition is true, and what happened when the condition is false. So this is the if-else flowchart. So the basic flowchart for if-else, you need to have a diamond shape, which is the condition. Okay, so you put the condition inside this shape, and then for the true and also false statement, so you just put in this rectangle shape. Okay? For example, the true, so but what happened when the condition is true, and then false, what happened when the condition is false. So this is the step if-else decision structure in Alice tree. So we have three steps. Okay, we need to choose a block. Okay, and then we need to choose the value. Okay, basically we set as a true. So what happened? Okay, when we choose a true, and then you need to create the condition. Okay, for example, for previous example is the cake width. So what happened when the cake width is less than 1.0? Okay. So this is the step. So I will show you in the demo video next. Okay, how we can use the decision if-else decision structure. Okay, and then this is the final codes. Okay, final codes. Okay, so we put the condition. Okay, and then we put the true statement here, and also the action for the false statement. Okay. Alright, so okay, before that, okay, don't forget to retrieve cake width by assign to the variable. Of course, you need to assign the variable as you learned in previous chapter, in chapter 5, right? Yeah. So you need to check the cake width at the properties. Okay, so it less than 1.0. So if you want to make the this coding to perform the true statement, so you have to make sure that your properties, your cake properties, your width is less than 1.0. So this is actually the process. Okay, I will show you in the demo. Okay, types of decision in Alice tree. Yeah. So we have 4 types of decisions. Single alternative decision, dual alternative decision, multi-alternative or linear decision, and the last one is multi-alternative or non-linear or nested if decision. So we start with a single alternative. Okay, so this decision used when a task is performed only when one particular condition is true. Okay, but if the condition is false, okay, there are no processing that will take place, and the if statement will be passed. So this is example of flowchart, okay, for single alternative decision. Okay, so you have the conditions, so only the true condition will be implemented. Okay, and then if the condition is no, so it will move to the next statement. Okay, so the else statement will be ignored. Okay, can be ignored. Yeah, so only one decision, which is true decision. Okay, so this example of coding, okay, for single alternative decision. Okay. And then this is another example, which is a single alternative with many processes. Okay, so previous, okay, single, okay, which is produce the true but only one process. Okay, for this example, single alternative, okay, still implement the true statement, the true condition, okay, but it consists of more than one process. Okay, so here you have 2 processes. Okay, will move toward and also will jump. So we have many processes here. Okay. So based on this example, actually you need to create the new procedure, right? Which is the jump. Okay. After that, you can call the new procedure. Next, dual alternative. Yeah. So dual alternative, when a choice is made between 2 alternative paths. Okay. So there will be true decision or false or else decisions. So now, based on the conditions, we can test for both conditions, and then we have both statement. Okay, for both conditions, we have statement for both conditions. So what happens if the condition is true? So we have other statements, and then what happens if the condition is false or no? So you have also another statement, okay, which is another action. So this example, okay, dual alternative decision, okay, fulfill for both decision. So if the cake width is less than 1.0, so it's true, what happens? So you have statement. And then what if the condition is false? So you have another statement or process. Okay? So this is example of dual alternative decision. Okay, and then this is an example of dual alternative with many processes. Okay, meaning that for each condition, true and false, we have more than one actions. Okay, we have more than one action. For example, for true condition, you have two processes, and for false statement, you also have 2 processes. Okay, in two do together block. Okay, so actually 4 processes, but comprised in 2 block of do together. Okay, so we execute multiple lines. Okay, for any decision. Okay, third, multi-alternative or linear decision. Okay, so what is a linear decision? Okay, multi-alternative linear if statement is used when a field is being tested various values and different action is to be taken for each value. So this form called linear because each else immediately follow the if condition to which it corresponds. Okay, the comparison are made until the next else statement is reached. So based on this diagram, so meaning that you have one decision, okay, and then you have 2 conditions, of course true and false. So what happens when the condition is true? So you will produce one statement, and then what happens if the condition is false? Okay, so when the condition is false, so you will follow with the next if statement or if conditions. Okay, so this is what we call a linear, because the else immediately follow the if condition. Okay, so when false, so you follow to the next conditions. Okay, the if conditions. So this is for multi-alternative or linear decisions. Okay. Right. So you need to add more if-else block. Okay, inside else. Okay, for the next decisions. Yeah. So inside else, so you have another if. Okay, that means by linear decision. So this example. Okay, dual alternative. Okay, so for true condition, so you have process. Okay, you have processes, and then for if, so for else statement, which is a false, so you need to test another conditions. Okay, another condition. Okay, so inside else, you have another if statement. Okay, or if conditions. Yeah, so for this example, you use Boolean operators and to perform the conjunction, okay, between these two conditions. So you put and. Okay. So it depends on our project or for your program. You want to use Boolean operator, or you just use one operator. So depend on our problems. Okay, and then the last one is multi-alternative or nested if or non-linear decision. Yeah, so this multi-alternative non-linear, also known as nested if, so occur when a number of different conditions can need to be satisfied before a particular action can occur. So inside if, okay, true condition has more if. So this nested if is actually opposite with the linear decisions. Okay, so for nested if, okay, when the condition is true, so you need to test another condition. Okay, until the condition is satisfied. So you will stop. Okay, the testing part. Okay, so opposite with the previous. So for linear previously, if the condition is false, so you will test another condition, right? But for nested if, inside if condition, we have another if. Yeah, so this example, the diagram showing you the flowchart of the nested if, okay, decision. Okay, so we need to add more if-else block inside if. Okay, so that's why we call it nested if. Okay, nested if inside if. So we need to add another block of if-else. So this example for multi-alternative, which is nested if decision. Okay, so if the cake width is larger than 1.0, so inside if, okay, you have another if. That means by nested if. Okay, and then when the statement is false, so you will go to the next statement. Okay? So this is for nested if or non-linear decisions. Okay, multi-alternative non-linear or nested if decision. Okay, so you need to remember of what type of decisions. We have single alternative, multiple alternative. Okay, dual alternative, multi-alternative linear. Okay, linear multi-alternative decision, and the last one is multi-alternative or nested if decision. Okay, last part is decision making process. So number of processes for each decision is actually unlimited. Okay, so it's limited. So we need to use the user-defined methods or new procedure, okay, to simplify the codes, okay, that you have learned in topic 5 previously. Okay. Right. So we need that we can create another method or new method to simplify the codes. Okay, instead of we call all the steps. Okay, we just simplify the step in one procedure and we just call the procedure. Okay, I hope you understand what I mean. So for example, we have these two codes, okay, two procedure, okay, to simplify the jump process. Okay, so we put all the action for jump, and then this is another example for sit, okay, for the bunny. So we create two kind of procedure to simplify the codes. So that's why if you refer to this example, so this is actually the decision making decision process, we simplify the process. Instead of we call the jump operation for bunny, so we just call the procedure of jumping. Yeah, if you're not using this kind of step, meaning that you need to list all line, okay, that are related with jump procedure or jump methods. So that means by we simplify the coding. Okay, we just call the function or the procedure that we already created. Okay, so for coding in Alice tree, it is advised that you create a new procedure if the procedure is very long lines. Okay, so you just create new procedure so that in your main coding, okay, in your main program, you just call the name of the procedure. Okay, you don't have to list all the line, okay, that related with the actions that you need to create. Okay, so that is decision making. Okay, decision making process. So we need to simplify the codes, okay, by using the new procedure. Okay, so that's all for topic 6 for first part, which is these decisions. Okay, so you need to remember, okay, all the content for topic 6, okay, starting with the operators, can and then you go for the decision if else statement, and then categories of decisions. So we have 4 single, okay, single decisions, okay, you have dual decision, okay? And then you have multi alternative linear, okay, and also multi alternative nested if. Yeah, so I hope you can understand the concept of decisions for this topic 6.